Here we go. Here we go. That's cold.
New news sports. When you can sweaty nuts and jackets and toe jam and sweaty sticking shorts and tennis shoes. That's all about sports is macho, not nacho. Yeah.
She's super bad.
I'm so glad you. Thank you. That's what you get. That's what you get. See, now you know what?
I let that go on purpose because I know she's super bad.
You see, I told you.
I still think it's better with my new news. My new news sports makes you think about some real sportiness, real sport in life.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm about to bring it to you guys. Hey, you know what? I've had too much time off on the new news sports. You know, when we do new news sports, we ask questions. We don't have the answers, and we pretend like we have what we call professional sports intelligence. But we wrap it around sports. We wrap the sports around what? Sex. Here's our thumbnail on this. Sex is an equal part of sports. Try to separate them. Games be going nowhere.
Go team.
There you go.
Go team.
That's cool.
And I just want to warn everybody. Right. I've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
And there is some surprises in store.
Oh, you like this part. Yeah.
I have to admit.
But it's not this one.
Whatever.
It's not good. This one. It's not that one right there.
No, it's not that one.
Well, hey, you guys, it's a quarterback world. Would you say, Mario, in the NFL right now, the hottest subject, it's not about running backs, and it's really not about wide receivers. It's about quarterbacks, isn't it?
It really is about quarterbacks because it looks like the running backs aren't. It's a very interesting year.
Right.
You know, teams that you expect to do well are doing well. Some folks you didn't expect to do anything are doing very well.
Right.
Some people are just having controversy. So, Vic, I'm amazed, Vic. I'm amazed at, for example, the Chicago Bears being 3-0 and playing as poorly as they have at moments.
Right.
And then having other moments where they really come through. Right. But also having some of the best luck.
Right.
You know, really some of the best. You know, some teams you go like, you're not that good. And in other teams you go, you're not that bad.
That's right.
Okay?
That's true.
Like Dallas. I wouldn't write Dallas off.
No one's ever writing them off.
But you know, there's reasons to be concerned.
Always. Hey, Mario, let me ask you something. Can you hit that magic audio that you got in the back? You know why? Because it reminds me of the sweating and swinging part that you do. I always think that you're about to bring in the sweating and swinging, so you always trip me up. So I had to hit you like that. That's okay. It's cool, though. I like it. It's better now. All right, it's a quarterback's world. We're going to look at the top-rated quarterbacks, all right? And the top 6 right now based on percentage, all of them have at least 100 as a percentage rating or above.
Whatever that means. I tried to look at the formula, the calculations. Actually, Vic, it was a matter of the square of the hair times the heat of the meat did equal the angle of the dangle. And that gave you the quarterback rating. You might as well say that because do you know how they do the ratings? See, it's one of those things I hate.
It's a formula.
I see what I'm saying. Okay, all right. You lost us already. He said formula.
Wait, the killer is Mario. It equals to a perfect rating to 158 point something.
I just don't.
I don't understand the rating.
I hate when people. It's like the weatherman, Vic. I just hate when people quote stuff and I don't know what the hell it means.
Yeah, I don't.
But I know.
I agree. I agree with you. It's like. I follow NASCAR and I say, okay, they have the points rating for wins. Nobody has no idea what it means to come from 1st to 10th and then what it equates to how many laps or how finishing a race or whatever.
Right, or the effect of I'm not sure how the effect of TDs versus interceptions, for example,
I agree.
affect their rating.
You give a good point.
It used to be you just looked at how many they completed out of how many passes, and I still feel like that gives me,
Yeah, you got a good point there, man. Well, okay, here it is, Mario. I'm going to give you 6 quarterbacks right now. And we're going to look at trying to separate which ones' ratings will go up versus which ones go down. So I'm going to give you guys the 6 names I'm going with first. Peyton Manning's at the top at 116.9. Michael Vick, number 2 in passer quarterback rating with 110.2. Jay Cutler, the man who's on Monday night, 109.7. Tom Brady, always consistent as he always is, 109.1. Drew Brees, even on a bad game, is at 107.6. And Mark Sanchez, USC Trojan.
These are the top ones?
Yes, the top ones right now. First 3 games. Now, here's the question. We know consistency is part of the game. Which of the above quarterback ratings will go up or down in the next 3 games? Separate the 3 that's going to go up.
Damn, I don't know they're playing.
See, that's the whole part of this. Base it on what you've seen. Base it on what you've seen, man.
Okay.
Give me something, man.
I don't think Vick can stay there.
I knew you was going there.
See, I know you guys say why. Well, you know what? Wait. you know what? It's Michael Vick can, if he has to really be disciplined. Like, I hate to bring up an old player like Fran Tarkenton.
But Mark Sanchez could suffer more than Vick.
But here's my issue with Vick, because I'm rooting for him. I just get concerned, one, that he's going to take unnecessary hits, okay? Because if he's got to be careful. You know, every time you watch him, I'm just thinking he's one misjudgment away from taking a Ray Lewis smack down.
Okay, wait.
You know, somebody's going to smack him, but that's okay. And then I think, but so far he's hung in there and he's done well with the passing game.
I agree.
I just really have trouble believing he's going to continue. This is the top 6, okay? That's why. I'm not thinking he'll do terribly. I just can't see Michael Vick being number 2 in the rating, because to me, that's not, well,
I wonder
how they do it.
I like what they said about this. Nobody even thought about this. Atlanta, they only had one option. Vick was it. They didn't have the weapons or the receivers, so he had to run. It wasn't a place where you can develop quarterbacks. So they're saying the difference is everybody, it says it's a landscape change. He has options that allow him to go through the progressions.
He always had options.
Oh, no. They said even comparing the teams, they're not even close.
Doesn't that have to do with the coaching philosophy?
Well,
Isn't it
yeah,
amazing?
well, of course.
It's like the guys who come in and how come some guys come in and it becomes a running team every time?
Look at
they go to the worst team in the world and they become a running team.
Look what happened to Aaron Rodgers last year. The top-rated quarterback coming in with a team that couldn't protect him, and he threw more interceptions. Didn't have anything to do with his talent. He said that line was so bad that he just absolutely they were feeling sorry for him, so he got hit.
That's what I'm saying. Those are definitely variables in there, but remember, we watched Jay Cutler, right? Get almost sacked in the first 2 series.
Right.
Okay, we saw him get harassed and sacked damn near every play.
I agree.
And then Mike Marks, made those changes, switched the offense from every time he dropped back, he was getting sacked.
Right.
They went to the screen, all of a sudden they came back.
Right.
Again, that's why I'm stressing. A lot of this has to do with the coach's determination. You know, in other words, some teams, when faced with just a crazy pass rush and a smaller offensive line, are able to get by because they do more play action.
No, I agree.
See, you can nullify things in ways other than just brute force.
Right.
And that's where some of the smart coaches come in.
Right.
Mike Martz proved it. I thought Jay Cutler, I couldn't believe it. They had no block. Right. So when people say there's no block, I go like, sometimes the coach is asking the offensive line to do things that's not their forte.
Right.
Maybe they don't need to drop back and pass.
Right.
No drop back passing. All play action.
Well, I say the difference in this, when you going through the quarterback progressions, everybody knows you have probably a maximum of 3 seconds plus, depending on your line. And if you all of a sudden take away 1 second through a progression, remember the part that separates them is that you turn around and start thinking of your progressions and what that means. I'm saying with Vick, he's going to get tighter games where he's going to throw some. Right now he has no interceptions, and that's
what I'm saying. How can he see, Vick? Those are the things I'm saying.
Right.
It's just too good to be true. I'm not hating on Vick. I'm just saying, you guys, he's rated number 2.
I know.
I think he's a very, very good quarterback. In terms of his talent, and I love the way now that the NFL with this Wildcat shows you the effects of players. It's just like the way slam dunking and the run and gun changed basketball.
Right.
This is changing the face of football. Now the utility player, this guy who can run and pass sometime, is a hit new thing.
Right.
That's a hit, and it's phenomenal. Who did that? Who led that whole movement other than Michael Vick?
Probably the closest person we can look at who was that first integration of running was Randall Cunningham of Philadelphia.
Well, certainly.
He ran and he hit and he could throw. He had an arm. He
because
just wasn't
he
as
can
fast.
Throw.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of ones who, if I remind the Chicago people of Bobby Douglas, he was a white boy, and he ran all the time.
Right.
Couldn't throw, but he was, a tough SOB. There are some famous ones in the past. And, of course, my favorite was always Fran Tarkenton because he never got sacked.
Right.
He just right before you get him, boom, run. They could not get a beat on Fran.
Right.
And Fran didn't take them hits. Smartest quarterback.
And he was,
That's right.
You know what Fran was? He was part of the system that reminded me of the Buffalo Bills. Always good enough to get in the playoffs, always a top team in the division, always battling the Rams, but never could go and win the championship. But
with Minnesota.
Yeah, he had a good enough team to protect him a little bit longer.
Well, remember, too, what I also think he's also the one who set the tone for today's shorter quarterbacks.
Yes.
Like, now, look at Drew Brees.
Right.
You know, they're going to get some passes blocked because they're shorter. But now there's not the same, it was like a scourge. And in the old days, if you want 6'4",
right,
you know, to be a quarterback, now you have a number of quarterbacks that are not the tall kind of quarterbacks.
Right. I'm going to say this because all the publication journalists in the show did this, and I listened to them closely. They all predicted Vick will never have the speed again. They all predicted that he's probably not going to ever be anywhere close to what he has been when he was at Atlanta. That's been shelved.
Wrong,
right now,
bitches.
Everybody's been wrong on this. I said, when you saw his speed, when you saw that, I said, did you look at a man who sat there and go like, I'm at 30 and you guys are tossing me out? I'm sorry. And he's exceeded the expectations.
No, that's where you have to give him credit.
And here's the other part, Mario. He's working with a team that has no defense. So here's the part that got me. When they played Green Bay, when he got in the game, he started bringing them back almost to a victory. So the part that I think everybody's doing is wait till he fails. That says, I see what you're doing. So when Tom Brady has a bad game, you don't give him the same scrutiny because he's Tom Brady. But New England doesn't have the same punch as they used to. Now you want to look at Vick and say, you know what, this is just a bump in the road. He'll never be like this again.
Well, it depends on who you're talking about, because some people are just anti. And other people are not.
You're right, I agree.
And not everybody, because it's the same thing you could say for Donovan McNabb. And by the way, too, Vick, in all fair, you know, Brady's got got a number of anti-Brady people out there.
Very few.
He did
Vick, he
does. He does.
Very
To me, I think Brady gets a fair amount of hate stuff going at him. I actually like the way he stays out of stuff.
Look, I'm a Brady fan because one thing he does, he's quiet.
Mellow.
He's a quiet assassin. He's a quiet assassin.
Right.
So let's just do this, Mario, right now. We know that Peyton Manning's. Let's just say this.
He's gonna stay
okay, which three are going to stay above at the rating of increasing their rating, quarterback rating? Who is the three?
Who are going to increase? Mark Sanchez will get better, and Drew Brees will get better. Well, I think Brady moves up. Remember, I'm going to base it on has to do with the intelligence. Peyton Manning is going to end up being known as one of the more intelligent people who ever played that position. This is a man who knows. Okay, now, the next one, Tom Brady. Again, he's going to probably move up or stay at least somewhere around it because he's consistent. Drew Brees, again, a very good on-action type thing. But they're not the same football scholar minds, but tough, you know, super. So I expect Drew to go up just because, Mark Sanchez will move up.
Okay.
That's who'll move up.
All right, so we're, okay. So
Mark Sanchez, Drew, but they're already in the top six.
Wait, wait. Just
Cutler's going to go down.
Give me three up, just three up. Names only.
Okay, Mark Sanchez, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady.
So you're saying that Michael Vick
will move down.
Jay Cutler
will move down.
And Peyton Manning's going to go down.
Maybe a little, but Peyton will be in the top three. He's going to stay there.
Okay, here's the part that I think. It's unfair because I didn't give you their touchdown to interception ratio. So I expect Vick to go down because why? He has 0 interceptions.
Well, if that's how they calculate. Remember, that's the part we haven't figured out yet.
Right.
We haven't figured out the effect of interceptions on the rating.
It's very difficult to go through this league and not have any interceptions. And I was looking at the last 3 games. I'm going the next 3 games. Who's going to throw an interception? Who's potentially going to be there? I'm shocked at Mark Sanchez right now, having that year removed, being able to turn around and say, I have no interceptions, basically, as it relates to his quarterback rating. Now,
Did he lead the league last year? He was high.
Oh, yeah, he was way up there.
Either he led in interceptions,
right,
or he was close to the lead in interceptions for starting quarterbacks. He was.
Okay.
I know that last year.
Okay, all right. Now, switching reels here because, we could talk NFL all day long because I think the quarterback rating thing is going to be interesting.